Before we begin this stream, we'd like to thank the following people for their help. Mithril and Rel at DBG for sorting out all the permissions with the observer cams, Vrunda for the backend API, Reltor and Sergeant Mal for their administrative work and all the hardworking folks at PSB, Zulfer for the map overview, Liddy for the overlay that you'll be seeing in the stream, Casey for the vocals we'll be hearing later on, and a special shout out and thank you for viewers like you.
And this stream was brought to you by Nanite Systems. Nanite Systems! Because why only have one variant of the NS15 when you can have 15 variants of the NS15? I cannot count to 15, but there's way too many NS15s.
Falco, I had so many presents I had to give out this Christmas.
Yeah.
And Nanite Systems, they helped me save so much money. I just bought the same gun over and over again. But you know what? They all look different. Nobody could tell.
There it is. Nanite Systems. Like a good neighbor, Nanite Systems is there. And obviously with all that, whatever crap we just talked about, hello everyone, welcome to today's stream. I am Falco, and I am being joined by the one and only meaning of bread. Bread, how you doing, good sir?
Hello, I am doing most excellent. I am ready to cast a very exciting match that people have been waiting for.
Yeah, no, this is going to be a match that's going to be very enjoyable. I think a lot of people want to see. I think it might be actually one of the more even matches that we might see on Connery, at least for the first round. Before we even get into it, I think it's going to be a good idea to kind of have a basic overview as far as what our viewers should be expecting, because this is a different game mode with respect to Outfit Wars. This isn't Desolation, this is actually Nexus, which is a Battle Island setup that was actually designed back in, I believe, 2013, and they're going ahead to recycle it for use of Outfit Wars. So, to start off, it's going to be two teams, Alpha versus Omega. It's going to be a singular match scheduled for one fall or most territory controlled with a 45-minute time limit. There will be a 20-minute pre-match phase with a maximum of 48 players per team. What about the rule set, Brad?
Well, while this will feel a lot like live and it won't have some of the rule sets that you might see on Jaeger, there are still some restrictions. The Bastion fleet carriers, they are not allowed, neither are Colossus tanks nor construction. So that means everything will be pulled off of nanites and not cordium. Mid-match joins are also disallowed, so the team you end up with during the prep phase is the team you're going to have.
And that should kind of be expected. If you're, for instance, if you're with TWC and you're in their outfit, you're probably going to be put into a TWC2 team for Nexus because you're a part of that outfit. And you can basically, the whole thing with the min-match join, that's really just to really limit who gets onto the continent. And for people who don't know, that to some degree also somewhat includes obs cams, although it isn't so much that we can't join mid-match, it's just that it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to constantly like warp into the continent because you're always spawning in from like the ground and stuff. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and go over some of the bases that we have on Nexus. So there's going to be no construction, again, no bastions, no colossus. All other outfit resources are allowed, so that's going to be your citadel shields, your orbital strikes, your anvils, things like that. Red team is going to be Alpha, blue team is going to be Omega, and y'all will start your own warp gates. Let's go ahead and start off with neutral bases with Bitter Gorge Garrison.
Bitter Gorge Garrison, the base at the top left of the map. We saw that one ignored fairly here and there, but it is an interesting base with an open center point, two triple stacks housing the other points. Large and rectangular, you can pretty much see the entire base from the capture points, so an excellent angle for snipers.
We got Granite Head Reactor.
This base has all 3 points underground. It's the center of the map and it has many connections to it. So Air to G is not going to find much help when capturing this, as opposed to Arizek's SATCOM hub. Arizek has one of the points on the roof. That changes a lot, makes it hard to get in, but 2 points are inside this pseudo-tech plant-looking building. See it right here, where you normally find it, but then there is another one down below. The camera should be coming to it soon.
It won't go away. But
It will not.
Home bases. So let's start off with Hydroponics Compound / Nexus Secure Substation.
Yes, a 4-minute cap with the point in a powerhouse building across the way, so you can see the walls along the side here. The spawn is on the far end with the... Yeah, it's basically the same base here. The point is the center. Now, the point is not on the top floor. That's something to notice. Outfits like holding the top floor, but it won't be the case here. Following up Finale with Nexus Alpha and Nexus Mega, these are the home base points. If this is under contention, you are having a bad time. This is a 7-minute cap. The point is quite fast to get to for the defenders, so the attackers will need to hold up quite well. The Argent Pass, the Slate Canyons? Yes, go ahead.
No, go for it. So we got Argent Pass,
yes.
Lake Canyon hold. So this base actually has a center point that is joined to the main hub with 4 bridges, and that's basically it, really, for the Nexus. There you can see that is the main map layout for Nexus 2022.
Yep. 2 teams, 9 bases.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Whoever has the most at the end of the timer wins, then there are tiebreaker points that are given out.
Yeah, I think this is actually... I believe this is a much more well-received map than Desolation was. It isn't as spaced out. There's a decent amount of focus on infantry, but you can still make a difference with like some armor, some air. So as non-planet side as I guess you could say it is, because it is a 1v1, it's still very much planet side in that you need to have your resources set out and you can't purely just rely on infantry. You do need infantry for the points, but having those support Sundays and logistics really will help out. So yeah,
and
that's
we've seen
basically
time and time again, being able to move those infantry forces fast with the support of those air and the support of that armor is what wins these fights. The infantry may capture the bases, but aircraft, they prevent.
Yeah, so today's matchup is going to be SAMY versus Fate. So this is a matchup again that everyone's been waiting for. And let's go ahead and get started. I'll start us off with Alpha Team, which will be SAMY. So SAMY, this, for the record, this is going to be an incredibly confusing match because NC is going to be red and TR is going to be blue. But we have SAMY here, and
What the f*** is this?
I am flabbergasted.
Again, Falco, again. It was funny when we did it in Rally.
No.
No.
This has nothing to do with me. I made sure that no one should be able to hack into the mainframe. I'm going through like 5 VPNs. One of them may or may not be Nord. I am.
Please sponsor us.
Yes, please. And then I also have 5 firewalls and 10 antivirus programs, one of which may or may not be McAfee. Or McAfee,
well, you know
whatever.
what? I think they must have used 11 different hacking programs to get past it. So next
time... You know, here's the thing, too, is that on my monitor, it actually wasn't bubbles.
Oh, well, that's
It wasn't bubbles. Because I prepped specifically for bubbles, and it wasn't him. This is somebody else.
This is one plot that we will have to uncover by the end of the season.
Whoever you are, I hope you're proud, but it won't last for long. Anyway, going back to SAMY. So, they're led by Duo. Their home faction is NC. They have a KD of 1.73, KPM of 0.54, score per minute of 390.04. Member count of 196 with a monthly activity of, get this, 67.69%.
Heyo!
Let's go ahead and move on to Omega. So that's going to be Fate. Red, go ahead.
Omega, Fate, led by Frederick 1, and a handful of other officers, of course, because Fate is a Alliance outfit, much in the way SAMY is, actually. They play on TR with a KD of 2.06, a KPM of 0.78, and a score per minute of 466.02. The member count is 108, with a monthly activity rate of a very respectable 83.33. We're seeing high activity rates, but I think that is because these are outfits created almost specifically for outfit wars. Fate was going to play on Vanu this season, but then decided to play on TR instead.
Cool. So that's basically a little bit of a rundown of our matchup for today in terms of statistics, but as we always know when it comes to Planet Side, not one singular statistic will tell the whole story. We are basically going to see a mashup of two well-built teams. Again, like I mentioned before, I think this is going to be a pretty well-balanced match. I would hate to see this match end as a warp gate. I feel like it won't be. And also now I see that people are saying that I was led by Duo. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce if it's Dux or Doe or Duo, whatever. It's fine. I wasn't told beforehand. I don't get paid for this. Anyway, yeah, so that's basically gonna be our matchup for today, and we do have still a decent amount of time left, so about 7 minutes left. I'll go ahead and just start showing the map. So here I am over by Granite Head Reactor. Actually, before we even get into that, this is the map that we see again, like how it was shown earlier. We do have red, which is going to be Gamma Nexus Alpha Warp Gate, and then we're going to have blue, which is Nexus Omega Warp Gate, and then we have our 3 halfway bases, which will be on, for effectively what it's worth, these bases can be stolen if one person or if one outfit captures or starts the timer on the base and then the other outfit just pop dumps and steals it. That is entirely a possibility.
Exactly. It's not about capturing the points, it's about capturing the bases.
And in case people didn't already see or recognize, we cannot view the continent-wide population, so we won't be able to figure that out until afterwards. So, yeah, so that's gonna it's gonna be interesting because people won't know in the beginning of the match what they're exactly going up against. But I feel like it's pretty safe to say that people are going in assuming that they're gonna be met with like an actual full team.
Yeah.
And also, as always, when it comes to these streams, we do have the John Madden overlay. So I will draw whatever I want on the screen to to emphasize whatever we want to see. So yeah. So like as an example, these are the mid bases. This is the warp gate, and that's also warp gate. That image I need to delete that because it was actually starting to look a little bit weird. But yeah, 5 minutes left. Is there any bases that you want to kind of take a look at real quick, Bread? Just to kind of get a better glimpse of it, because everyone is kind of learning this map together. So might as well just kind of look through stuff.
Yeah. Something I wanted to bring up actually, when you mentioned stats earlier, that we do see the kills, correct, on your screen?
Yeah, so I can go back to that. So let's go over to SAMY.
Something that I noticed during the VCATs versus B-Way match is that... Oh, is this the live kills, or...?
Oh, no, this isn't live kills. This is just stats that I got.
So I'll mention this regardless. When I was casting the match, I noticed VCATs had more kills than B-Way, but B-Way had twice the revives of VCATs. So it's not just about how well you can frag here on this map, it's about how well you can stick and hold on these little bases, especially when air is pummeling in. And that air dominance is what defines planet-side competitiveness, honestly. Whoever wins these opening air matches is going to have that advantage.
And also, for people who may be hearing Papa Vanu being pissed off at me for joining and getting into like enemy warp gates and stuff, is because I'm actually trying to see if we'll be able to decipher teams based on color, and unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be a thing. Both nameplates for me for both teams are showing up as red, so this is going to be one hell of a match for me to cast. But that's totally fine. No big deal. Perfectly okay.
It's, yeah, we can just use our eyeballs.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the tech plan. So like, I was obsessed with the Arazek Satcom hub yesterday when I first saw it, because it's like, it's a tech plant, but it isn't exactly a tech plant either. So
no, it's this chopped thing. I love this. I love this base.
So when you look at how it's actually laid out, it's laid out like a tech plant, but the thing is that there's walls in places where there typically wouldn't be walls. So like, as an example here, for the balcony, you can't shoot down from the balcony because you have a wall right over here, you have a wall right over here, and you have a wall right over there. So you cannot shoot down from the balcony. And also, in addition to that, when you look from the behind, these doors are actually bigger than what they would typically be on normal maps like Esamir or Indar.
Yeah, the bollards there too, so you can't get vehicles in.
Yeah, and something that I mentioned yesterday with Trulius is because of the fact that this is so wide open, this leaves this exposed to so much air-to-ground harassment.
Exactly. This base is a muscle memory killer, so if you've been very familiar with tech plants,
yeah,
you'll turn the corner and just find a wall
especially the roof. So
exactly.
Yeah, this is kind of a
would you want to see this base on live? Like, if it replaced a tech plant
I
somewhere,
think it'd be cool, but like, I wouldn't, like, if they had, so for the record, right, Osher isn't exactly everyone's favorite map, but I feel like it'd be kind of cool to see a Satcom hub on Osher, because it is different. And I feel like all the other maps, for what it's worth, like, I feel like they shouldn't exactly be touched up that much. Everyone's happy with how they are as it is. I personally like the older tech plants because I'm more familiar with them. You know, if I tell people, yo, we got to go over to tech plant, they kind of already know how we're going to drop right into it. So, I personally feel like it'd be kind of cool to see the Satcom hub, like, maybe just kind of peppered into, like, Osher maybe, but, like, I wouldn't want them to outright replace every tech plant with a Satcom hub, you know? That's just me.
I am getting some reports that there are apparently people spawning on the wrong side.
And that is quite unfortunate. I am not a developer, so I will...
Yeah, there's not much we can do about that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There is really nothing we can do.
Yeah, I am not a developer. I cast for free because I think this is fun. But yeah, obviously when it comes to Outfit Wars, this current iteration, there's going to be a lot of things that they have to iron out. I think the whole community is kind of more or less aware of that, and it's just going to be a case of time to give Rogue Planet, you know, the opportunity to be given the time and the bandwidth to go ahead and get all that fixed up. So with that said, now we are within 1 minute left, and so because we are on a 1 minute delay, I'm going to go ahead and start showing off the openers for the warp gates, starting off with Alpha. Alpha is going to be, so this is going to be NC. This is quite a mindfuck.
Someone is outside.
Well, so that's also a thing too.
They're not abusing this though. They're just having fun.
Yeah. So they're not like outright just kind of straight up going out. And I'm fairly certain they are aware that we are casting this, and so we'd be able to see it. On the flip side so that was SAMY. On the flip side for Fate, it looks like they're going a majority ESFs. So it'll be quite interesting to see how this plays out. And with that all out the way, let's go ahead and put our overlay in. So hopefully...
All right. What we're watching here, what I see on the red side is a foot rush. Oh, no, they redeployed. Whoa, they redeployed. Okay.
So again, just for people who are watching, this is going to be really painful to kind of keep track of because of the fact that nameplates are currently red on my screen right now, and I don't know how to fix it. It's bugged, so we'll just kind of deal with it as we go. Yeah, no, there's a lot of air here. Also, I'm not sure if I have the right is that the correct? Oh, we'll figure it out as we go.
You're in the correct match.
No, not that. It's just the overlay.
Gotcha. Yeah, so we are seeing this air match go off. It does seem to be in favor of Fate at the moment, but SAMY is pulling more Reavers to counter, it seems. This match, this airball, doesn't seem quite decided yet. Has anyone started capping the bases? No, only Bitter Gorge has started flicking. It seems like both sides just want to start with the air game and then work things out from there. Judging from the silhouettes I'm seeing in the sky, Fate does seem to be in charge, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's a lot of monsters up in the air.
Yeah, looks like this air battle's gone in the way of Fate. We just need to see how SAMY will respond to this. What is going on here? Gal drops in the air?
Where?
Looks like Mook and Minotaur hovering above Granite Head Reactor. I think they may have dropped a few people. Yep, C is flipping now.
Alright, so I'll start heading over there now.
Yep. Steel Rain goes off for SAMY.
No, I'll follow that going down.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so they want Arazak Satcom, I think. So here's the drop.
It's interesting to watch them Steel Rain. There must be maxes in there because there is no reason to Steel Rain when you can just fly someone over with the Reaver and put a beacon down. So we have to ask ourselves, what is coming down in these drop pods?
Yeah, so they are really committing for Arazak Satcom.
And there are the
that
maxes.
Is SAMY, to be specific. And we can see here Zephyr the Great himself in a max suit running through the garage.
Yep. It looks like they were in the middle of taking this base, and they said, you know what? We lost the air game. Okay, we are going to go ahead, and we're just going to commit to this base. We're going to make sure Fate can't pull anything silly on us. Bitter Gorge going through with no contention on SAMY's end.
Yeah, so here's the situation right now. Satcom and Bitter Gorge are basically going to go down together. So Bitter Gorge is going to go towards Fate, and then Satcom is going to go towards SAMY. And then at that point, they're probably just going to go ahead and try to deck out Granite Head Reactor at that point. So that's going to be the main point of contention once those first two bases get through. So
I wouldn't be surprised to see SAMY try to steal a Bitter Gorge.
Yeah, that's also a possibility as well.
Pop just sprung up to 25%, but looks like Fate Air is just shooting everyone down. B-point flipping now. And no, that doesn't look like it's going through. It looks to have been caught by Cornflakes on point, flipping.
So Bitter Gorge
firing in. No, Generous knocks
Yeah,
out.
no, so Fate
drop pockets.
Fate got it. So Fate got Bitter Gorge.
It was a good attempt to steal, but the sheer amount of Fate Air just made it so nobody could get through.
All right, so now we need to go over to Granite Head Reactor, which we're already at.
The last base in contention here, 50-50. Both sides are throwing everything we're through. Cosmic Cactus, you have air to grounding. No. Thing is, air to ground doesn't matter much on this base. Look at C point. That's like, inside on. Now, I know TR always finds new and impressive ways to hesh me inside bases, but these are fortified points. A is far underground. C is in this awkward spot in a triple, and B is buried deep in a powerhouse. What are you going to do with those Banshees? Only thing you can do is prevent SAMY from coming in.
Yeah. Let me see if I can fix up this.
Yeah. Trudius coming into B point now, going for the flip. No, he's taken out by Divnub.
There we go. Alright, got the overlay fixed up. Now we can actually see it.
Trudius secures and we're good to go. Now, if we look down at the... Let's look at the A point here at Granite Head. Nobody is guarding this except for ducks. It's literally just ducks and a couple people spread out. If Fate gets word that 8.8 Granite Head only has 1 defender, it's going to be all over for Ducks.
It's Duo!
Then why is there an X in his name?
It's Duo!
Think so?
No, it's Ducks.
Okay,
I admit
okay.
defeat.
You admit defeat?
I admit
You didn't even
defeat.
fight.
No, I mean, like, earlier I didn't pronounce his name right. Um,
No, it's French. You still
So-
pronounce it. Regardless, Hydroponics going in favor of SAMY with the 3-1 pop advantage.
yeah.
And
They're going aggressively
Granite Head
for
also.
Nexus
Yeah.
Omega. I think what's interesting, because SAMY looks like they are gonna capture Granite Head Reactor given the pop difference currently. And also over by Hydroponics Compound. I'm not sure where Fate is currently. They're kind of spread
that's a
out all
full-
over the place.
I think they're still in their air right now. They're just, remember, they don't have to win this off the bat. Like, they don't need to do that. So,
They don't.
all right, Granite Head's gone in favor of SAMY. That leaves Argent Pass and Hydroponics Compound under threat. Both
Yeah.
sides are just evenly committing to this.
Yeah. So they might be doing a base race, I think, is what they're trying to do.
It might be. Fate Air all over Hydroponics
Yeah.
Compound, and with the way
Look
you
at
look
that.
at these numbers,
Look
right,
at that.
there are actually no infantry defenders here. Well, maybe there's one squad. They're responding to it now. They're starting to push up through short door. We have Brack Job 101 sniping through door 2. They have 2 minutes to break this hold. The max mains of SAMY coming in, but these are some rough buildings to take. So even if you secure a point, you have to watch out for that flank coming in through long stairs. But the maxes are at low HP. Are there any engineers up here?
Ooh,
No.
that flash was
there
just
are-
coming in hot. Oh, you couldn't
Hot
finish it,
flash.
So
All right, they're making a play now, but they're getting mowed down in lobby.
there's Fedric.
Yep, Fedric down. They're
Yeah,
starting to make
and he's
progress
gonna be
through
down
in.
again.
Points flipping.
Or he may
No,
not be. Yeah,
Fedric's up.
there
There we go. They're pushing through,
but they are
still
pushing.
They don't have control of long, though. If SAMY responds by pushing down long, nope. So they're going up short, wiping SAMY off, and it seems Fate might have this one. Now, the question is, does SAMY have any hard spawns? I wouldn't think so. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 air-to-ground mosquitoes on the just around right now.
Yeah,
So
they
are
wouldn't be able to
not
get spawn
moving back.
logistics up currently because
Yeah,
it just gets
absolutely no
slammed
logistics.
immediately. With that in mind, so I think it's actually worth pointing out, if we take a look at the overlay currently, kind of given my understanding of how this overlay works, that middle statistic with the exploding steering wheel is vehicle kills. And so even though Fate has a good amount of air to ground, they are kind of losing on the side of vehicle kills with 41 versus SAMY at 50 was now
You
57.
could say, though, that's because they have so much air up. They have more
Yeah.
opportunities for it to be shot down.
That
by
is also
things
true.
Such as the masthead and sky guards and stuff like that. And
That is
if you
true.
look at the air-to-air game, there's not a single Reaver out here. This air is
Yeah.
entirely under. As I say that, I'm watching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Reavers leave the SAMY warp gate, and a Dervish kind of hovering around like the adorable little stingray he is. Come on, buddy, you can get out of there. There he is. It's all right. That's a full squad of SAMY air regrouping and pushing out. We're gonna probably see an air ball above the
Granite Head?
Arizek SATCOM hub. Nope, Arizek, and they're
Arizek,
going
all right.
to hydroponics.
Right. So I'll head over. Cool. Our team way. I do like some of these air battles going on right now, especially the pancakes. The pancakes.
This is a fierce air battle. Scythe, no, Mosquito gets shot down. Reaver gets shot down. But it looks like SAMY takes this one with only... No, there's a few Mosquitoes left over, but they're being shot down by some Sky Guards, actually. 2 Sky Guards, 3 Sky Guards are on the floor, plus a Harasser. Let me look at that Top Gun there. Stay still, buddy.
That's Zolfer right there.
That is a Ranger Harasser? Yeah, that is a Ranger Harasser in the center of Hydroponics Compound. SAMY taking it over with a massive overpop. Some of it we have to remember is, of course, air. Meanwhile, Fate is full sent into Granite Head. Yeah, it's a good play.
Granite Head? Shoot. I mean...
Yeah, trading hydroponics for Granite Head.
No, I don't think it's a good play because of the fact that if Sammy can capture hydroponics in time,
It's
like
the
the base,
stopped.
like if you're looking at it in terms of a base race, they're gonna lose it because it's just straight up time. So
the flip stopped for a second, but Sammy's control again. If we look at the map here, I think what they might be planning on doing is just letting this happen, take Granite Head, and then push into Nexus secure substation while having a force defend Omega. It's a risky play, but it could seriously pull back the Sammy initiative if they manage to do it.
Sammy's still fully committing to hydroponics compound. Fate is not retaliating.
Yeah. And
Fate is committing to Granite. I think what they might be thinking about is doing the fast cap at Granite Head, and then recovering for hydroponics.
Yeah, well, if they do that, they have a minute to get there, which is doable. If you have
it is doable, yeah.
Leads,
so
pull back to Nexus. Then...
Yeah, basically what I'm thinking here is that they want to get Granite Head reactor onto the fast cap, then they'll come back to recover hydroponics with a minute left, and because they have Granite Head reactor, they'll be able to actually do a cutoff for Nexus secure substation that would cut off the SATCOM hub.
Yep.
Meanwhile, they have Argent Pass on the flip side. So
there it is. We're seeing Steel Rain above hydroponics compound. What color is this? This is probably Sammy.
Yeah, no, this is Fate. This is Fate. So Fate's coming down.
Fate, right. Yeah, Fate. How long does it take for a Steel Rain to go off? Oh, like 15 seconds, right?
Something like that.
It takes a while. Will they be able to get here in time?
I think they should have timed. If they should time it, they should have timed it. I think they do have it timed.
Yeah,
they're coming down now. Was going to go ahead and follow this through the entire way. They've fallen onto the ceiling. They are all going through door 1. It looks like Maxes are pushing into door 1. They are pushing onto the point. Will they be able to recover? There's absolute mayhem on the capture point. They are flipping the point. They have an abundance of power with these Maxes being supported by medics, being supported by NGs, and they have recovered hydroponics compound with about 15 seconds left.
That is a risky play, but they pulled it off.
They did it. They did it. So now they just got to deal with the zombie wave. They'll just deal with the zombies.
Establish that air dominance. Make sure that no Sammy Reavers come by. Because look at that. There are still 2 beacons on the roof.
Yeah.
Fate hasn't dealt with them yet. Oh, no, those color switches. It gets to me. Those are Fate beacons on the roof for the red Terrans on the blue team. Yes.
Yes. Planetside logic.
Yeah, Fate has this lockdown. Dude, this is 10 years and like 6,000 hours of muscle memory that I'm unlearning here. The Fate has this lockdown. They need to make sure that no mosquitoes can get through, and I think that's the case. Their air to ground has been pretty dominant. Yeah, the Reavers look like won that engagement, probably took the Sammy pilots off guard, but Sammy, they're back in action. I'm seeing
Shout out to Oni fans who literally just farted into the camera.
Beautiful boy. I'm seeing 2 Sammy mosquitoes with bounties on them right now.
Oh, I love to.
That is rough.
All right.
Lovely pancake boy hanging out. There's another Sammy Reaver push pulling out of the warp gate. We're about to see another air ball. We're probably over the center of the map, roundabouts on Fireteam Diamond Waypoint.
Yeah, there is the air ball. They are pushing out. They have a pancake with them, and I think they're just gonna go through the continent and try to do cleanup, and they'll also try to contest the TR Mozzies up there as well.
What their strategy might be. All right, hold on to these 5 bases. Cool. We'll poke every once in a while, commit where we need to. Hydroponics compound, there's like... It's going back in favor of, or I'm not sure because the colors are weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, no, it is flipping back. I just saw the red there and I got freaked out. But
yeah,
no. I'm seeing a drop reaver. Is this a drop reaver? Cornflakes diving headfirst into hydroponics compound. Will he get out? He does. He gets out. What will you do? Cornflakes, don't get crushed by your own Reaver! Oh no! Okay, he puts down a beacon and covers
All right, he puts down the spawn beacon. It's crispy. He's going down to the point. Nearly blew it.
Reaver come in here. Oh my god, that was so close.
He would have been if he died, he would have been lucky because I was still trying to get my way over here. Anyway, he gets taken out and gets taken out by RC Gaming. RC Gaming recovering the point.
Gory drops down.
Doing a one-on-one, loses it. Zuzu is on point. Well, he's trying to get on point. Otnas is on point. He goes down. There is a revive. It was for TR goes down.
Yep.
Ken McFodderkins
Corey
and
with
Zuzu
a
are working
sexy
together as
shot.
battle buddies, and I got pushed out of the way for whatever reason. All right, cool. So they recovered.
Yeah. Sammy will probably try this again. They will try this over and over again until it's no longer feasible, because the longer you keep that timer going, the longer that Fate can't connect at Arizek. So they could just keep flipping this over and over again and keep wasting Sammy's time. So look at, there's another beacon down, another round of drop pods for Sammy. And
They
the point
need
is
to make
flipping
sure they get
again.
something going on here, because they are committing a decent amount of effort into hydroponics. Meanwhile, there's a ghost cap over Argent base.
Yeah, well, you can do all that work you want. Sammy has that overpop, that 2-to-1 effort at hydroponic compound. There's a little sneaky boy on Argent Pass. Stop flipping. Who's in favor of? Let's take a look.
That's Fate. Oh no, it's now it's in favor of Sammy in terms of pop.
Sammy's back on it. All right, so that fake ghost cap is gone. Sammy back on the line at hydroponics compound. What Sammy has dealt with a threat at Granite Head. We'll probably see them redeploying or dropping onto hydroponics compound. That's the thing with this map. You can get Reavers and Mosquitoes to bases so fast, drop a beacon, bam, whole squad's there. So the air needs to chase down these Reavers that aren't being served as the distractions. And there's another Sammy beacon. They're
All
gonna
right.
run out of beacons eventually.
While so massive shout out to Gullos, who just dropped all of his viewers into PSB1. Thank you very much, Gullos. And
Shout out, big kid.
let's go ahead and give the people who have just joined the stream a little bit of a catch up as far as what's been going on here. So we currently have Fate, who is holding the Omega Warp Gate, and then Sammy, who is holding the Alpha Warp Gate. And they've been pretty successful so far. That is Fate. They have been pretty good at defending hydroponics compound. They've been kind of going back and forth for that for a while. Same thing with Argent Pass. That's just kind of a ghost cap at this point. But now, so this is what I was talking about earlier. So if we just kind of look and zoom in here, now they're starting a cap over at Nexus Secure Substation. If they can successfully cap
There it
that,
goes.
SATCOM gets deleted. Well, it doesn't get deleted, but gets cut off.
Note for all the new viewers, by the way, the TR is on the blue team and the NC is on the red team. So just
Yeah, no,
keep that in mind when you look at the map.
your brain will be scrambled today.
Yes.
So
over easy, baby.
yes.
This Nexus secure fight is heating up.
So
Fate
yeah,
has their air going, but there's a Skyguard here just mulching them up. Another air-to-ground Reaver comes, air-to-ground Mossy comes in for it. Skyguard puts them away. Yeah, that lightning isn't gonna last too long.
so
Where
Fate have a
is-
decent amount of people
But
in the
they've been kicked
building.
off. They have been kicked off point.
What, over at Nexus Secure?
Yeah, Nexus Secure, it's in
Oh, they have it.
favor of... Wait, no, the
No.
colors!
Fate's still on the point.
Oh!
It's fine. Don't worry about
Yes.
it.
Fate is still on the point at Nexus Secure. This is... I'm gonna hammer my brain in. Yeah, they have a look at all of this air. They said, all right, you want to come from your spawn point to the capture point. That's great. We have 8 air-to-ground mosquitoes waiting for you. I hope you like banshee noises because we're about to burr. And I see there's a large group sitting in spawn at Nexus Secure. What are they doing right now? Just
I think
hanging
they
out?
might be getting ready for maybe a push.
This might be... There's a lot of A to G in their hands here. But there's just like...
Yeah, they can't get out.
Oh my...
They
I
can't
see
get
a
out.
Falco that dropped on the roof. No, it's Beveltine. He's Fate. It's cool.
I
thought we might
see.
see a sneaky-
I see Mr. Bubbles. He is, of course, hacking.
We are going to see maybe a base trade here. Now, if this base trade goes through, it will go in favor of Fate, because Sammy is taking hydroponics compound, but Fate still has that connection via Granite Head.
Yeah.
Does Fate just full commit here and just say, fine, you can have
They can-
hydroponics compound?
yeah, so
have fun
they
with your
will-
cut-off base.
They will definitely beat the cap timer if Fate can go ahead, grab secure substation, and then go straight from Nexus Alpha. That's literally the sleeper in the head. So
There's a Sammy nuke at hydroponics. Who are you nuking? Oh, there's a bunch of empty vehicles here.
so still
This nuke hit nothing.
still substation is not exactly where.
Oh.
There's an anvil over at substation right now that is dropping in.
And Fate has just dropped at Hydroponics compound to resecure. They're in. They're on point. They're kicking Sammy off. That nuke was too early. Oh, son of a bee. That was a Fate nuke. Yeah, okay, so they nuked the point thinking, all right, there's got to be Maxes in here. This is Sammy. There's Trudius in here. And what do you know? There are Maxes in here. There's 2. They've been picked up already, but both of them are at half health right now. A rocket goes off, and these guys are dead. They've got no support and 1,000 guns pointing at them.
You over at Hydroponics compound?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a
so while that's going on
Fate.
over at Hydroponics compound, Nexus Secure just got flipped by not TR. It just got flipped by SAMY. So SAMY has recovered the point with about less than a minute left. So they didn't exactly trade. They traded, but they didn't trade. There was nothing gained from that exchange, which is fine.
At the end of the day, that is a positive point for Fate, because Fate didn't need to do anything. Fate has the hand up. They just have to keep waiting for Sammy to make a move, counter that move, and sit comfortably at 5. You don't have to overextend, and while taking bases like Argent or Nexus to secure substation would be good, they're just kind of cherries on top for the win. You just need these 5 bases, and I think Fate leadership knows this.
With that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at the current match stats. So we are currently seeing Fate with, they are currently winning out in terms of kills with 650. Meanwhile, Sammy is trailing behind by around a 250 differential. In terms of vehicular kills, they're just about at even at roughly 110. In terms of medic revives, Sammy has been reviving a hell of a lot more people versus Fate, and that might have to do with all the air to ground that's been happening. That Fate has been just kind of, you know, they've been making it known that
we have to look
they are
after
committing
the
to the
what
air.
Are the percentages of vehicle kills from the air, vehicle kills from vehicles, and infantry on infantry kills? Because I think maybe a quarter of Fate kills in this match are going to be air to ground.
Fate is now back on Nexus Secure substation. So with that, so we're back at where we started here. Well, we're back at where we started where we didn't start. So
here we go again.
Yeah, Hydroponics is kind of, you know, they're attempting to have Hydroponics go through all at the same time Nexus Secure substation is happening. So
Fate has thrown a lot more pop at a Nexus Secure than Sammy has at Hydroponics compound, and there's that 20-second delayed timer. Are we gonna see that hard exchange, that Granite Head Hydro exchange again? Air to ground is here. So what kicked off Fate on this point last time? Was it just the infantry, or what happened here?
I don't know. I was just going over the map, but then I just noticed that Nexus Secure just started going through.
Okay. Let's keep a closer eye on this.
Yeah.
Pop is 50-50 now, around average. No, okay, 53 in favor of Fate, 38 in Sammy's favor. But we're seeing a large Sammy just infantry. Where's the air? What are you guys doing?
Orbital strike.
They're dead.
So orbital strike over at Nexus Secure substation. The sword of Damocles from downtown, and that's not really gonna get anybody, I think. But it's kind of a good deterrent. It was kind of an okay deterrent.
It did slow them down. Fate
yeah, it did
still
slow
has
them down. That is
building.
true.
Still full control. Here's the thing: Fate air is gone right now. Sammy has control of this air. There is a current fight going on. This is very evenly matched.
So you know what? You know what? There's enough of a time differential where Fate can go ahead and capture this, and with 10 seconds left on the cap for Secure Substation, they can pop a Steel Array to recover Hydroponics compound.
You bet your buns, as soon as that timer hits 10 seconds, there are people in the back who've already hit their redeploy keys and are ready to go. Oh, from behind! There are 2 on point already. They're losing it.
Yeah, no, they're losing it. That's it. They lost it.
Oh,
all right.
7 seconds.
So that's gonna be very. That is very unfortunate for Fate.
Oh, no.
So let's rush back. Let's rush back over to Let's rush back over to what was this? Hydroponics compound. So
7 seconds left.
There is no Fate players on this point. So that was very well done by Sammy. Extremely well done. They were covered within the last second.
A bad baster. That was a risk. It didn't pay off, but
it did
Fate
not
might
pay
be
off.
able to rotate to Argent Pass. I'm seeing though.
There is an anvil at Nexus Omega.
Yep.
And they have started the capture at Nexus
Cap
Omega.
was already started.
Yep. They have all
With
the anvils coming down.
Every steel rain is being deployed right now.
Literally everything right now at Nexus
SAMY
Omega.
is full sending to Omega.
Yeah, they're going all in. Like, this is the cleaver. Like, they
There is nothing they can
they
do
can
here.
commit.
Oh, no. There is a forward cap happening at hydroponics. They're back on. Fate is back on at hydroponics.
But that's fine because
No, they can't take Omega if hydroponics is flicking.
did they? Oh, they didn't. Oh yeah, no, they lost the cap timer here. All right, so we got to go
Yeah,
back over
yeah.
to hydroponics.
Fate
So-
is back at hydroponics, preventing this all in. They moved everyone to Omega and they can't capture the base.
Oh no!
Oh no! Everybody got
Big logistics screw up for SAMY.
And
They
here's
needed
Fate
to
sitting
commit
on
the
point.
point. They needed to stay on the point, and they couldn't.
There it is. Okay, there we go.
They could not.
Oh, here we go.
But no. All right, yeah.
SAMY
So
is back.
Sammy's
SAMY is
recovering
back.
hydroponics, and they still have
Fate
people on
needs
point
to
for
pounce
Omega.
On this now. They have 27 seconds to prevent this. Because you have 7 minutes to kick people off your point at hydroponics, at Omega. But
Let's see how. Oh God, where am I even going right now? All right.
if
Let's-
Fate can tap hydroponics compound, they will swing the favor so hard. But look at Nexus secure substation going off in favor of Fate with no contestation. Same thing with Argent Pass. They're just gonna let this one sit next to Omega. 7-minute cap. Argent
All right.
Pass.
So
we can take
but
5
but
minutes.
now okay. But the timer started. The timer started for Nexus Omega now. So
Yeah. So SAMY
They
is
need to
full
punch-
committed to Nexus Omega.
they need to punch Sammy straight out of the point and commit straight on into Argent Pass and hydroponics.
Here's the thing, they don't need
Yeah.
to do that right now. They have time. Take Argent Pass, take Nexus Secure Substation, then come back.
So-
okay, sure, you lost a minute. but
Here's-
you have
here's-
your back base there.
Here's the thing with this. So Nexus Omega is a 7-point cap, assuming you don't lose it. There are 17 minutes left in the match.
Yeah, you have time. Like Argent Pass going in favor of Fate, check. Nexus Secure Substation going in favor of Fate, check. And look at that, Fate is on the board with that. Now, all Fate has to do is break through this frankly killer hold that SAMY has, and we're good to go. Fate's like, we don't need to contest this right now. We know we can beat you away from this 8-point. Can
Steel
the
Reigns.
Fate
Steel Reigns and
Mosquitoes-
Nexus Omega. Who is that going to be? I bet you
These are
it's...
Fate Steel Reigns.
That is in fact Fate.
Yep. Oh, and Fate is on Nexus Alpha. They're just flipping it. They're like, come and fight us. Come back here. Because we know you have to pull a few people off of these bases. I wouldn't be surprised to see another Fate going off the hydroponics compound just to pull
Max
more
is
people
rushing
away.
to point. God, this is going to be such a...
They better go through all sides. They're going in. They're going in
Oh.
now.
Sammy has no idea. They had no idea where that push was coming from. Now, are they going to be able to meet it? They got C4'd hard there.
Yeah, they might. Okay, Fate gets pushed out. You have 5 minutes to try this again. They're pushing
Yeah.
themselves in. Another Max rolls in. He's down. Where's your support? Not much elsewhere. They're slowly being picked off one by one.
This is so hard to follow right now.
Yeah, this is just a chaotic mess. If Fate just keeps the pressure up, they could have this before the medics get everyone up. But the thing is, the medics do have everyone up. The medics are going to start reviving people. If Conk goes off, but nobody capitalizes except for Trulius, who gets mowed down instantly. Zephyr is down on the floor, more bullets flying through. In the meantime, Fate is going to take Nexus Secure Substation.
I wonder if Sammy's committing pop anywhere else.
Yeah, this is unfortunately where you needed that nuclear strike to take out those maxes. So I think Fate is going to let this slide for maybe another 20 or so seconds, and then they have to probably full send it. Like, they have to get everybody lined up on the doors, throw every tac nade they have in at once, and haul ass. I'm seeing a bit of smoke here and there, a little on Bushido, but we'll live. It's Alpha Wars. My god, bullets flying everywhere, people on the roofs of the consoles. Every entrance is locked down at this point. This is where NC has that CQC advantage with those maxes. Ever since that buff, they've been a force to be reckoned with. How will Fate break this hold? They're air to ground. That superiority they had, that's not helping them here. Do you tell the pilots to get out? Do you forfeit that air lead?
Need to. You're gonna lose the match if you let this go.
Yeah, so the thing is, so SAMY has 2 bases cut off, but does that count in the overlay at the top? It doesn't look like it.
It's not gonna matter if they have it cut off though, because if SAMY captures Omega, regardless of how this map play looks like, that's it.
Yeah, this is a Giga Brain play. This is a massive gamble. If it pays off, Fate basically takes this. If it doesn't pay off, Fate loses. This is the all or nothing. Citadel shield goes down. Fate looking to push in off of that Citadel shield.
Yeah, there's a Citadel shield.
Pushing in now. Nope, they're gonna cut down the entrance. You gotta go through more than one door, boys. In the back, they're pushing their way through, getting mowed down. More pushes in from Fate. Guns are flying.
Oh, they're on the point. They're on the point.
Point is flipping.
One is flipping.
They're on point. They're on point.
They've made it on point. They've recovered. Jesus Christ.
And they're back. What a gamble by Fate.
Wow.
It looks like it's paying off. You got to kick
well
everyone
done.
off now. Make sure nobody go in. Your air, back up there. Make sure that nobody is able to drop in. Otherwise, well, it's probably got a whole lot worse. What do you think about that Citadel shield? Do you think it helped?
Honestly, I had a hard time keeping track of movement because everyone's nameplate is red. So I was just kind of circling around the room. But I mean, I think the Citadel shield the placement's pretty good. You know, just kind of.
Yeah, I think it cut off half of that SAMY hold. Fate sweeps in with their whole force, eats them up, and then cleans out the rest of them. Indar unlocked. Good work, boys.
Yeah, shout out to TR there.
Shout out to TR for winning Indar. Or not Indar, Hassan or Osher, I'm not sure. Indar's unlocked.
It doesn't matter anymore. So
yeah, we're here
Argent
on the only
Pass,
good continent, Nexus.
Yeah, so Argent Pass now has been fully capped.
Yep.
Fate
and
is.
Look
at this map play.
Reactor. What is
look
going
at this
on?
Map play.
4v5 in favor of SAMY, but 4v5 in favor of Fate. But look, Fate is on Nexus Alpha now. They've reversed these fortunes here. SAMY might need to go and defend Nexus Alpha. What will Fate do?
So it has literally just flipped. So instead of SAMY going in for the kill, now it's Fate. So
yeah,
now SAMY, knowing how that went. Okay, so now that SAMY knows how that went, they need to figure out, okay, can we duplicate that effort, but on our side now that we're defending the point?
Yeah, and if Fate, seeing as who has air dominance right now, it is, I'm seeing a few planes in the air. They're currently fighting this one out. But if Fate can reestablish that air dominance, knock out that quite impressive SAMY Reaver squad that's been putting up one hell of a fight all match, they'll be able to prevent any other outsider spawns from coming in. Let's take a look at the hold here on A point at Nexus Alpha. It looks to be about a squad with one max Mr. Bubbles in that maximal suit.
Mr. Bubbles.
It's just a squad, yeah. Where is SAMY right now? They are at Nexus Secure Substation.
They're over at Nexus Secure Substation.
Yeah, they want to make sure, they want to reconnect their territories. All right, boys, restabilize. Bitter Gorge going in favor of SAMY in the meantime. 1, 2, 3, we're seeing 4 bases flip at once now.
Bitter Gorge, yeah, Bitter Gorge is flipping.
Yep.
Fate really wants to come in for Nexus Alpha though, so let us go over to.
Will you truly allow yourself
where am I even going right now? Nexus Alpha, come on, waypoint. I don't know where I'm going. All right,
we are at the 50-50 now, and looks like Fate has the air dominance for it. How will SAMY attempt to push in? They're outside, they're getting mowed down by those Banshees, so currently Fate has the whole rocket pods coming in, but we're seeing SAMY is sitting in their warp gate, just hitting them with their own Reavers. Fate won't be able to hold out long here with their air to ground. They have to come in for a few swoops and then leave before they get blasted. Seeing a Max being pulled by Owl and S. He's got one engineer and a medic with him. How will they hold here?
We are currently at 10 minutes remaining for the match. So now
this is going to be another all or nothing
SAMY
play.
is trying to push in with the Defecator. I call it
NS
the Defecator.
Are they getting mowed down? They are. Resonate
They're getting
goes
revived.
out. They're back up again. Good slides though. Defecator's down.
The Defecator is in fact down.
Yep, he got defecated on.
Yep.
Another resonate goes off for Sammy. That was a Cordia bomb goes off. It looks to be a team kill. Doors are hot. Baby gates are up. Malakia's down again. Sun Wukong might be going for the res if he's covered. Nuke for Sammy goes off. But
here's the nuke.
Is this
I
the
don't know.
correct-
I don't know because
Oh no, here comes a Sammy max crash. Here it comes. They're all pouring out now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maxes coming through.
I'm following.
Can Fate hold on to this? They have no nukes of their own.
Rise to the moment you can prevail.
All right, they're pushing in. They got the Defecator in there. They are pushing on some point.
Max
And
kills in the kill feed.
yeah, they
are
got
gone.
tons of maxes. There was no contest.
There's nothing
there.
you can do.
No
Fate has to
contest
pull
there.
back, re-secure their holding. Look at the timer. 8.5 minutes left. What can we do with this? These maxes are
They just straight up
trashed.
cleaned it. Sammy will legit was like, all right, we saw what you guys did over at Omega. We'll do you one even better in Alpha.
We'll do it cleaner
So-
now. Like what can Fate do?
Yeah.
Well, you've got to re-secure hydroponics compound at this point. And Argent thing is, your entire strategy now hinges on two very flippable bases. One that you have to defend and one that you have to attack. Especially with Bitter Gorge at the halfway mark. Fate is cleaning this up, but still,
It is
that would have been
worth
bad if
noting.
left unattended.
It is worth noting that once we get into, you know, the last remaining minutes, these Nexus bases are going to go out of, you know, they're going to be out of play. So then what you currently own in the map is going to mean so much more. So even though Fate's map play is kind of meh, is going to be, if they can't capture Nexus Alpha, or if they can't recover the rest of the map, is going to really hurt them. So
yeah, I think Fate's, like, their sort of play in this, their grand strategy, it was good. They just couldn't hold it. Now, Fate has to go on the offensive here. They're down 5-4. They have a lot of options available to them. Nexus Alpha, now, Fate has the opportunity to be cheeky here. Does Sammy leave Nexus Alpha undefended? They do. There is nobody on point besides a Max. Will he redeploy? Watching him now, looking at Eudezius. He's being shot at. Oh, he's in his map screen. He's dead. Fate is back on point.
Ooh.
Fate is back on point at Nexus Alpha. They're flipping it again.
Yeah, they're back. They are back. Just 4 people. And of course, the hacker himself, Mr. Bubbles.
And they're, yep. Well, they have work going at hydroponics here, so they're saying, all right, we are going to contest this again. How many people are you going to send to Nexus Alpha? This is a very important base. You don't have to full send. You don't have to commit to this base. You just need to draw enough people away to allow the rest of your outfit to take hydroponics compound. And you know what? If Nexus Alpha flips for long enough, Sammy cannot take Argent Pass. They might be just running out that clock.
Yeah, you know what? I think
That's the plan.
Fate might just be changing strategies here because they might be thinking Nexus might not be viable anymore, or at least it's incredibly difficult to capture. So at this point, they're just gonna keep poking Nexus Alpha.
And then, you know what? I don't think Sammy can take Argent Pass anymore. They've cut Argent Pass out of the rotation early. And yeah, they have. Absolutely, that is a killer play there. Now Fate can be like, okay, we're just gonna let that go. We're gonna make you respond to this, while also posing that threat.
Look at the. Actually, no. I thought that was.
Ran ahead, minute and a half. Hydroponics.
Be a lot more people.
Actually.
Sammy committed a decent amount of people to recover Nexus Alpha for what was effectively
so
no
now
defense.
they're leaving this space open.
Yeah.
This was a killer play.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now they have to leave people there.
Move.
They have to leave like a squad there because there is that question in their minds. Will Fate come back? Will they try this again? They can. They have the time. So people have to sit there now, and that's lost pop.
And you know what? So Frederick is just chilling out here as an infill. He's waiting.
Oh,
they're just gonna keep poking the point. That's all they have to
this
do.
Is over and over again. All
Yeah,
right, let's
over and
take a look
over
at
and over
this.
again. So what they're
Is there
going to do, they're
anybody
going to keep
guarding
poking the
this,
point
though?
over at Nexus Alpha, and then while they keep poking the point over at Nexus Alpha, they're just going to go ahead and recover the rest of the map. That's how they're going to
Where's
win.
Fedric? Oh yeah, he's over the car. He's going in for it now.
Yeah, he's going in for it right now.
Yeah.
See, look. That's what they're going to do, because they know that Nexus is just going to be too difficult of a base to recapture.
Yeah, and
Oh, it's
Fate,
too difficult of a
meanwhile,
base to capture.
full send into hydroponics compound, and it's
You know
flicking
what?
back. So yeah, okay. A good effort by Fedric, but the timer cannot flick over. Sammy can look at this cap and go, haha, very funny guys, and just leave it at that. Sammy full commits the granite head reactor to save that, but in the meantime, they have to give up hydroponics compound. This is the full fight for Hydro. If Hydro goes, this is over. What's the fast cap on Bitter Gorge?
Bitter Gorge, I believe it was like 2 minute 20 seconds.
Right, so
Yeah.
Fate full commits hydroponics compound. They're taunting Sammy. They're saying, okay, now you have to pick and choose. Where are we going to be? Points flipping back in turn. Waffler takes Nexus Alpha. But what are you doing here? You don't need to be here anymore. Fate full send hydroponics compound. Sammy probably responding now. Are you looking at it? Here, I'll head over.
I'm just over at Granite Head Reactor right now.
Okay, I'll go to the other one. If we look in the air, Fate has that air dominance. Sammy cannot get to the point. They are just being shot to pieces. There is a max crash coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Orbital
6, but they're
strike.
just being mowed
Orbital
down by
strike.
the air.
Look at this. The sword of
And that's the
Damocles
last-
from
That's the
downtown.
third orbital
The
strike. They had
Hail
someone
Mary.
crafting one. Woo!
Look at that.
20 seconds left. Now they have to pick all their maxes back up. They have to repair them.
Yeah.
Yep, and look at all of this Fate air cleaning up anybody getting to this building. Once they're close in, 10 seconds left. Once this flips over, it might be game, set, match for Fate. 8 seconds left. You have to run in, boys. Air to ground, hitting them hard. Will the overshields do it? No!
Fate
1
got it.
second, and
Fate
it's a
got it.
Fate capture. 5-4 in favor of Fate. 2.5 minutes left on the map. This might be
No,
a
that's
win
it.
for Fate. This
Yeah, that's
is it.
that's
this
it.
Is
That's
game,
it.
set, match. Fedric won with the back cap, forcing a full Sammy redeploy. Sammy
Well
realizing
done.
that there's only like 6 guys here, have to waste time. And you know what? Fate walks away with it. What an absolutely giga-brain play. Wonderful work from both sides. Absolutely incredible match. 2 minutes left. I don't want to call it just in case something weird happens, but that's it. I will say
It's
I'm
safe to
probably
call
gonna
it.
see
It's safe to
Fate.
call
Like
it.
imagine Fate just drops it next Alpha. Hey, we're not done.
But yeah, no, that was well done.
So if I am correct, we saw 3 Fate orbital strikes during this match.
I lost count.
I believe
again,
that was 3, and an outfit can only hold 2 orbital strikes at once. And if it was like the previous outfit wars where you couldn't craft, you had someone sitting in the sanctuary doing all your crafting for you.
Yeah.
So you must have had just someone working on that, just like doing this now. But otherwise, an excellent match, and I look forward to hearing from the leaders after this.
So, as a summary for everything that just happened, this is basically what happened. So, points got captured here and here. They contested here a little bit. They contested here a little bit. They contested here a little bit. They did a lot of stuff here. Then they did a lot of stuff here. Then they did some more stuff here, but then a lot more stuff over here. And then Fedric just kind of just stayed here. And then
Yeah, base Fedric. Because I was watching Trudius and his max in the Nexus Alpha. He was probably on his map, giving out some orders, doing whatever. And then he just starts taking tar fire. And I look to the left, and I see half a squad of Fate run in, C4 him, and walk onto the point and go like, hey, what's up? We're here now. This is our point. You may have kicked us off easily, but we're not going anywhere. And that is kind of the plays we should be expecting from this Alpha Wars. An incredible and even match. Can we take a look at the kills and scores, please?
yeah, so kills. Yeah, so here's the kill setup. So we have 1,400 for Fate, 1,000 for Sammy. In terms of vehicular kills, again, they're just about even at around 170. And medic revives, 570 for Sammy, 510 for Fate. So there it
I
is.
think the airplay was even in that match. Sammy Air and Fate Air were on each other. Revives were good. I think Sammy was just a little bit outplayed in that match, just on the infantry standpoint and the map standpoint. But it could have very easily gone Sammy's way. Very, very easily. Fate made 2 to 3 incredibly tight gambles, and they paid off, and that's what helped Fate walk away with this match.
Oh,
That
God,
was.
I am not in.
Oh god, it kicked me out of the observer.
It kicked me out of Observer Cam also.
I'm still here! Help, you left
God.
us behind!
Pick us up. God.
Mom, pick me up, I'm scared!
I don't want to be left alone. All right, let's head over to if y'all want to be on, if y'all want to be viewing on stream, and I'll be drawing all in y'all's butt. Sanctuary 1 is where I'm gonna head at. So, anyway, now we have everybody joining the group chat. So let me just go ahead and get us sorted out here. Join.
Sorry, a lot of people wanted to say something. We won't be long.
All right, so yeah, whoever wants to kind of go first and say stuff, I guess. Yeah, we have a decent amount of people in here.
I am here.
I'll just go. First of all, thank you so much, Fate. Fantastic game. GG's, well played. You guys were
That was a lot of
amazing.
fun.
Yeah, you really brought it out. Expected a hard game. We had a hard game. So GG's, you played excellently. And shout out to my team. I'm so proud of how we played.
Yeah, you guys did phenomenally.
I was
That's all.
like almost crying during the match about how well our team was doing. I'm so proud.
You
I
guys are
was
great.
so excited.
I don't care win or lose. I had so much fun that match.
Yeah.
No, it
That
was
was an
just the constant,
incredible match.
the constant back and forth.
Yep. You guys had us on a few times. We're like, oh, come on, we got to really break this. And
I honestly didn't know who was going to win down to that last cap, actually.
So, a question for the Fake guys. Whose plan was it to go for that cutoff?
Bread, you kind of know how Fate works. It was kind of like
Someone suggested and everyone said it was, that's the thing
Exactly.
someone is doing. Yeah. As you guys keeping that structure going, everyone's very flexible.
Yes.
And that showed. That definitely showed.
the flexibility has always been one of our strong suits. Just doing whatever needs to be done.
Absolutely. Just an incredible match from both sides. Both sides being able to move quickly, move people where they needed to go. There was rarely a moment where either side wasn't in the right place. Just wonderfully done. Falco?
Yeah. So I just want to get the obvious opinion out there and out the way. Desolation or Nexus?
I prefer
Nexus.
Desolation.
Nexus.
I like
Nexus.
Okay, who said
Desolation is a
Desolation?
good-
Who said Desolation?
Desolation is a
It's the vehicle
That's-
name, I bet.
That a vehicle main. I'm not a vehicle main. Come on now.
Desolation
Not
is a
anymore.
good map, but the 1v1v1 is not really fun.
I had a lot of fun on Desolation.
Because we won.
Well, maybe.
I need a ride.
But,
I mean,
so what are your thoughts on Nexus for how it supports this format?
I think. Sorry.
Yes.
you go.
Who wants to
Go
go
on.
first?
you can go first. So.
Okay, I think it's definitely sort of really supports this competitive environment we're trying to breed and really brings in the competitive elements of the PlanetSide game. You don't see a lot of armor play on it, which is obviously bad for the armor mains, but you see a lot of the competitive elements of PlanetSide 2 come into play. In the 1v1 format, especially competitive. And that's what I find better about it. It's much more high-paced.
Yep. It definitely fixes some of the issues with a lane smash. Being able to cut off your opponent, for instance. Just
Yeah,
moving
the
around
cutoffs
them.
are pretty wild. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
At one point, I saw the map play. I'm just like, what the hell even is this?
We'll be watching the VOD later.
Like, just
Yeah.
peak,
Chat was
We're
going
all
nuts
be
for you
watching
guys.
it.
peak Connery
Yeah.
map play.
It really brings back the, for me at least, the older type of PlanetSide 2 gameplay where, you know, if any of the vets remember, you were able to execute extremely deep flanking maneuvers on the map before the ladder system. So
This
Nexus is a
Zaki,
little
by the
bit of
way.
that.
He was our Charlie squad, one of our leaders in Charlie squad.
Yes, sorry. I was in charge of the armor of SAMY. So yeah, it was a very interesting, very fun map to play. I will say that it doesn't really seem to have much going for the MBTs. Probably saw there in the beginning the two prowlers
Yeah.
on that base. Just got blitzed by some harassers and C4. But we definitely noticed that in terms of like vehicle gameplay, it's not really conducive to it for the traditional sense. But it's a very interesting map, and I quite enjoyed it.
100%. Like I don't know what that is. Just that I think, like with Dio was saying earlier too about flexibility. This map is so conducive to flexibility, where you train people to want to be dedicated to armor or air, but at the same time you have to yell at them to get out of their vehicles for this map because body's on point and watching the timer. There's 2-3 moments where population was shifted based on whether or not who was 10 seconds ahead of a cap, and it made it such a really quality competitive environment.
It definitely required a lot more thinking on your feet compared to Desolation. Desolation, we often would plan things. We'd have like what, Brett, like first
We would have a
15 minutes, 15 minutes of the match.
Yes, a very
Like
in-depth
planned out.
opener, and then
Rely on the squad leads.
But I definitely think you guys had some plans that did seem to work.
Actually,
there was a bit of planning on both sides, I hear.
what do you guys actually? So like, I played a match in Desolation one time, and it's like, okay, you're spending time trying to figure out your construction deal and all that stuff. But like, so Nexus, you're not given construction, you're not allowed to use bashes and all that stuff. So then, like, what are you actually like? Are you just straight up planning during the 20-minute prep phase, or is it just the case of trying to get everyone to calm down a little bit and telling everyone, don't get too crazy?
I mean, you know who your opponents are.
Yeah,
you know.
So it's just kind of like, I don't know.
Are you asking us?
Just in general,
like our
because it's
prep
just like, I
plan?
don't like what would you actually use the prep phase for?
Not to actually make sure everyone's because when you get into Nexus, it kicks you out of the platoon, so you got to reform the platoon. Then you got to make sure everybody's
Some
got
of the
into
game's
Nexus.
bugs.
The bugs are kind of really bad right now. Like people disconnecting and not being able to get back, and then obviously we had people spawning in on your side.
Yeah, you had one in our work. We created a knife circle around him, but
Shout out Fatal Knife.
Was that much of a problem, or after that?
I don't know. I actually don't know if we ever. Like, I think we got 48 people. I'm air lead. I'm air lead now for some reason. So.
Some reason.
Oh, hi, Nox. Nox is here now. Hello, Nox.
Ahoy, hoy.
Is there anything that you would like to say, Nox?
That was brutal.
That was brutally fun, is what it was.
Yeah, it was probably the most exciting slugfest we've seen on Connery so far, and everyone was looking forward to this match. And you guys put on one hell of a show.
I mean, if you look at where SAMY came from, which I'm sure some of the streamers here and especially the Fate members remember on the Lane Smash, just how one-sided it was for a lot of our games there. Coming into Outfit Wars, we really wanted to make sure that wasn't going to happen. I'm particularly proud of the fact that we've gone up against one of the more veteran crews here and one of the more respected outfits for competitive play, and we've managed to contend with them, really. I mean, even to the last minute it was either way, and I think that's a huge accomplishment, and it speaks to the volume of effort that some unnamed players that are not here with us today in SAMY have gone through to get the training and the people there, because we certainly didn't start out this way. So I want to say thank you to all of them. And of course, Fate, you guys are really awesome. I really enjoyed playing against you. So once again, shout out. It was really, really fun.
It was a lot of fun and kind of a nail biter.
Well, actually, too, if I want to ask you, what was your biggest worries coming in this match against us? Like, what did you think our strong suits were against you guys?
We knew you guys had improved since Lane Smash. The question was pretty much how much. And we've always had a kind of a doctrinal standpoint. Brett and Nox can attest to this, is that we treat everyone like we're going against the best teams. So, I mean, we just kind of plan for everyone to be better than us.
If I can
Go
step
ahead.
in as well. Having fought Sammy across being on Fate and then going back to Brack and fighting you guys under Brack tags, one thing we noticed was like as infantry, you guys had really improved in being a cohesive unit. So we knew that when it came down to infantry fights, it was just going to be a brawl. So one of our standpoints was just to minimize that as much as we could and play to where we felt we were strong. And I mean, honestly, you guys did a great job of just forcing us into a slugfest wherever you could. I mean, hats off to you guys.
Thank you. Hats off to you guys. You played incredibly well. Like,
I still think we
you.
should ban Max's. Ban
Oh
Max.
yeah.
I suppose on the flip side, really, for us, the air component was our, at least from what I understand, our primary concern from Fate. I think it definitely did show towards the end there, when the mosquitoes were sort of dominating on the infantry ground pounding there. So definitely, yeah, air was very rough. You guys did very well. We have some very, very capable pilots, and it was again a very much a contesting moment. So
Yep.
well done.
I definitely want to say from an observer standpoint that the air-to-air fights, they felt even. How do you guys feel that? How are your pilots sort of responding?
They're probably going to hate me because I said Delta, which is our air squad, get into ground, because we just needed to keep creating those slogfests. So they're probably going to hate me, but I think they felt okay.
Yeah, there were more than a few times where I was just like, "Hey, Delta, we're going infantry," and I don't know if you guys saw me slam my Mozzie into hydroponics, the roof of the hydroponics powerhouse, like 2 or 3 times during that match, but threw down a beacon and dropped there multiple times. Just to help support that push.
I'll definitely say, as Bravo lead, I ran the Brack squad for this. I was flying the majority of the morning today, and every time I was finding Sammy air, I was just going, "Oh man, this opener's gonna suck," because like we had our air guys, and then my squad opened up in air, and I was just like, okay, this is just gonna be brutal. Like all hell's gonna break loose. Just find a guy, shoot him, move on to the next guy. That's all we can do. And sure enough, like I just remember cresting my Mozzie over the ridge and seeing just a wall of Reavers and going, yeah, this is gonna blow. And it was so cool. Like that was one of the best. I don't play air, but if every air fight was like that, I would totally do it every time. That was so much fun.
The thing is too with air, air is such a powerful force multiplier in this because the bases are so conducive to being ground farmed that if you don't have air control, then you don't have room to drop in people on top of the point, and then you're forced to try and go from the spawn room from the bases for the later bases, and that is just hell to grind through. So having air control to have room for your drop, that was my biggest concern too, was just the air fight, was where we going to have the space to actually drop people in. And it was so hard. Like we were getting Valkyries blown up left and right with people just like, can we hold down to that last little bit of health to drop onto the point sometimes?
The chain pulling Valkyries, I was like, all right, we first ran into that, we're like, all right, get the Valkyrie. We'll take out the first Valkyrie. And then there's like, there's another Valkyrie. There's another Valkyrie. Go.
Yeah. I think I remember Bravo looked up once and we were like, okay, that's one Valk down. That's another one. That's another one. Hey, how many Valks are they bringing, guys? Here goes a fourth one.
If you had air dominance, it was like, well, at least one of them's going to make it through with a beacon.
Yeah, I mean, one guy goes in, plants a beacon, there's all 12.
Yeah, I mean, compared to lane smash, nanites are a lot easier, at least for what I felt like.
Yeah.
So just spam a lot more.
I don't think I ever had an. It's probably a bad thing, but
anywhere or
it's probably a bad thing. But I didn't really feel like nanites were an issue at all that much.
Oh man, my
discounts
squad
help
ran
so
so
much.
dry. Our infantry squad was so dry by the end of it. I had 10 nanites on the last hold.
Well, yeah,
we had a lot of war assets that we used, to, like anvils and such. It was very helpful in that regard. Not too helpful towards the end, but initial
Ours mainly
pulls.
came from C4, res grenades, conks, mines.
Yeah.
it kind of
anything we
burned
could throw.
down. And you were worried, like when was the right time to call for max suit pulls was like also a big time sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, honestly, I feel like you guys outdid us on the max part. Like, normally it would be you guys pulled maxes, at least from what I saw from my squad, you guys pulled Maxes, and we, oh yeah, we probably should have pulled some of those, huh? Like, hey, who's got nanites? Nobody.
Really
All
good
right,
at
cool.
Maxes.
Yeah, my squad did not do good at all.
Glorious leader Trudius with the max training there.
That's right.
Clutch came in clutch.
Yeah,
Trudius. That's why we put him as a squad lead.
Versus max scenarios, Sammy definitely had it down pat. Fate, you guys held on well in those bits, but when it came down to those heavy hitting, the fursuits as some people call them, yeah, Sammy definitely has some good work going.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you guys.
And Deez is a nerd as well. I just have to say.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to call Deez a nerd too.
Yeah.
Deez is
I'm gonna
this is
fucking
true.
I'm gonna backseat you on that.
Thank you guys for casting, by the way, Brad and Falco. Appreciate it. I'm looking forward to watching the VOD.
Always.
Love you, Brad.
All right, I'm gonna go debrief with my team
Love
and
you
have a
too,
beer.
Falco.
Cheers, mate.
Drink time. Later, guys.
All right, you guys have at it.
Good one, guys.
Yeah.
All right, so Brad, let's just take a look for the schedule for
Yeah, let's
Connery
take a
for
look
the
at all the
past-
matches.
Yeah,
Connery's
so,
done.
Yeah, so if we bring it over to, and obviously you know y'all can ignore this part. I'm in TWC, but let's just pretend like that's not there for now. So we can see that for the for match 1, Western Tactical won against TWC. For match 2, which is the one that we saw, Fate won against SAMY. For match 3, FIFA won against Hell's Angels, Sexy. And then for match 4, which was the one that I casted yesterday, Terran Alliance won against Uraxis Iron Guard. For match 5, Recursion once against Dire. For match 6, Unity won against Drunk Division. For the following match, Vikings won against Mother Killer. And then the last match that's listed, Yohard Gaming won against Legion of Coffee. So, yeah.
We're definitely going to see things spread out a bit more now.
Yeah. So that's basically it for round 1. So, I mean, I thought it was a pretty exciting weekend. So,
definitely exciting weekend. We had two very close matches here. From what it looks like, the WTAC Wildcards match was decently close. Not a one-sided stomp, but still definitely favored Western Tactical. But the SAMY Fate match, definitely the closest one. Everyone predicted this would be an incredibly tight match, and what do you know? It was. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then you can sort of surmise anything if a team has more than 350 points or like 360, 370. It was a one-sided occasion here. Yeah. And we do see a lot of those, but this is round 1. There's another 3 more rounds to go. It's definitely going to get a lot more balance as things goes on and the seeds are more properly lined up. But I can predict next week we're still going to see a couple of mismatches, but it's going to be a lot smoother from here on out.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, for the next coming weeks, I can only imagine that the dev team will attempt to release hot fixes as they see fit. And hopefully, one such hot fix will help us casters out so that way we know which team is which. So yeah.
Oh, I had so much trouble with that.
Yeah, no, it was so hard to cast that, but I mean, when there's like a bajillion things going off on at once, it's just kind of hard to cast to begin with. So anyway, thank you so much for co-casting with me, Brad. You made things so much easier for me, so that way I wouldn't have to talk the entire time. So
thank you. Don't worry, I'm a human chatterbox, so I am always around for infinite talking.
Perfect. All right. So with all that out of the way, again, we just kind of want to go ahead and give special thanks to the following people, as mentioned previously. So Mithril and Rel for doing all of the permissions work for all the ops cams, then obviously Varunda with all the API backend stuff and also other things. And Reltor, Sergeant Mal for organizing everything. Obviously, the video map overview was made by Zulfer, who was in here just a second ago during the post-game interview, so shout out to him. The overlay, again, was created by Litty, and also the music vocals that were a part of the map overview video. Those are done by my good friend Casey. So again, thank you very much to everybody for being a part of this cast for today. And until then, We'll go ahead and catch you in the next stream whenever that'll be. Hopefully the schedule will come out soon. But yeah, we'll go ahead and catch you guys in the next stream. Goodbye.